Neighbors called an eyesore. City officials say it's contaminated.
Comic. Writing a comic is very different to writing a novel. For a start,
Hi, and welcome back to
The Sun
and Venus.
Hey, how are you doing?
Y'all, we missed you so much.
I wanted to say it already.
I know. So we were going to talk about how we are not going to talk about
Yes, how we've been
our absence, but we're not going to talk about it. But we're going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about what we're going to talk about.
But hey,
Hello. So the last time
you
you saw us, we were ghost hunting.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, actually. We missed Rianne. Love you, Rianne. Yeah, nothing wild, nothing too out of the ordinary has been happening. I think a lot of just life, I think that's why we were like, we're not going to talk about it. Because we always say, like, it's been crazy.
It's been crazy.
It's been so crazy. But
it has.
I don't want to speak chaos over my life, though.
Oh.
It's been a learning moment. I can say that.
It's been
I've had
struggling.
a real-
I will speak struggle into my life because that's exactly what happened. But that's okay. Struggling's good because at the end of struggling is grace, homie.
And growth, yeah, like total
Amen
growth.
to that.
I think you really have to revisit themes in your life to like really set firm boundaries, and I think that's been the biggest theme for me for sure.
Boundaries.
And we just came out of a Mercury retrograde. It like went direct on Mother's Day. Still feeling a little bit of the post chaos from that time, but essentially just communication being off. Maybe cars have been crazy too. Like vehicles do tend to fuck up around this time. Like immensely. You're like, fuck, if I'm not taking care of my oil, I probably should have been doing that. But that's where it's like
that happened like 10 years ago for me.
Yeah.
I'm
This is just where it's like, man, I need to learn how to be better about being on top of shit and stand up and mostly like show up for myself. Because that's I feel like that's a lot of what I don't do. I don't show up for myself, and like, what does that even look like? That means like getting enough rest, waking up on time, drinking your fucking water.
Yeah, I'm looking at you in the mirror.
I'm
right
looking
there.
at you.
No, I'm looking you in the mirror while you're talking, so I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you a heads up. That's why I'm like straight at it.
I hear you.
So, I think a lot, maybe that has happened on your end. My end is for sure with my faith. It's been a journey for me. I've been kind of like, yes, I get it. The whole thing was a witch Catholic, how that is. And I thought I was close enough with Christ to understand, like, this is my faith. But he was all, no, we're going to dig deeper.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it was just the surface? And I think that's where my flesh and my spirit were like trying to tug at each other, like, okay, this is different, this is how it's supposed to be, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that's like an equal. I would consider that something to like the effect of like an ego death, where you realize like this paradigm that I've been aligning myself with. I thought I knew everything.
Yeah. Well, and then
but here's a place to learn more, and it's like pushing you into a space to learn more, where you're like, I thought I was done.
Is an ego death something that you can continue to do
every year? Yeah. You should. I mean, you should really die to yourself in an egotistical way. Like the things that like that you've put on as an ego or a persona for the world to like survive, essentially. Like paradigms that you align yourself with, things that it could be as simple as I only drink Gatorade because it's for fitness and I'm a fitness person, and that's why, you know what I'm saying? It's stupid shit like that it's like, maybe I shouldn't hold that so high in regard in my life, when really like it's essentially to just be like, let's just be today. Let's just be today. You know what I mean? Like, just live in this fucking moment, because life is fleeting. I guess I'll be pretty transparent. I had some death in my family, and like along with like big family events. So like when shit like that happens, I've learned to not get so blindsided, but more so than anything, I've learned to take a spiritual maintenance. I've learned to kind of tone it down, get off the internet, not expose myself so much to the world, to go within. You know what I mean? And I think that's essentially what you're saying as well. Like,
yeah, I mean, when you said exactly when you said to die to yourself, that was perfect, because that's exactly what, as a Christian, you're supposed to do, is die to yourself. Like, you are no more. It is within God and God in you, however you want to say it in that way. And it has been hard. I mean, I can say beautiful, but it has been the reality of the situation. Everything, every month had been like a process of like, okay, so this is what's next. This is what's next. This is what you're going to be taken away. This is what's going to be put in your life now. Let's rebuild you. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Let's do this.
but
I know.
Okay.
I say like, oh yeah, it's fun. No, I was crying. I was crying all the time. I was on the verge of, am I depressed, or is this a spiritual thing that I need to die to myself? Like it's
what's
something.
The lesson?
Yeah, and the thing is,
the lesson.
and the thing is, I just have to keep. And what I did was just kept praying, kept saying, it's okay. Thank you, God, for whatever you have given me today. Thank you for all the blessings. No matter what I'm going through, I know it's for a purpose at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's for my growth and for your glory in the end. So that's how that went for me. And I know it sounds like cliche and simple. It's not simple. It's not easy.
I wouldn't say it's
It
simple.
is
I
not.
think it takes a lot of balls to look in the mirror and be like, you need work, bitch.
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of balls to be like, I need to call myself out on a lot of shit. Because how I'm maneuvering right now is probably not the best way for me. And I'm being greeted with so much friction, and this way just probably isn't the way anymore.
Yeah.
So I totally feel you on that one, dog. I feel you on that one, bro.
Yeah.
But no, dude, like, I think it's really important. I think it's really brave to, like, be able to have those discerning moments, because what the fuck is, like, self-awareness if you're not trying to sit with yourself and be aware of how you're maneuvering.
Yeah.
I think,
And being a stay-at-home mom now, it literally, that has been a shift, because I'm like, I have time to be with myself. Like, I'm like, this is a little scary. No, just kidding. No, it's not scary. It's more like, oh my gosh. Like, I've told my husband, like, this is my first time actually sitting here thinking out loud, actually, like, what it is I'm bringing now, and have that shift from bringing financials to my house to now just being the caretaker of my house. Building the home is like, man, it's a lot. It is a lot, and it's only been like 6 months, but still, it's been a lot, and I'm excited about it. Like, we know we both, as him too, like, he's growing with being just the breadwinner, right? Like, the only breadwinner. I guess I do help every now and then. I'll go to DoorDash. Hey, sponsored. No, I'm just kidding. No. I'll go to DoorDash sometimes, just like a little extra money, or if we really need it, however the case may be. Just like, I know that for sure that he it is a shift for him as well to take care of,
take on all the
everything.
The load of,
Yeah.
the responsibility of
So it's just, again, it's been life, man. It's been life.
Those roles will shift, I think. I think, like, even if you do decide to stay at home for the rest of your fucking life, like, eventually roles do shift, you know what I mean? And so at some point you'll be both capable in different ways to be able to provide for the home. But I think that's, like, a really, really, like, serious dynamic. Just having both roles and understanding that you're both important. Mm-hmm. I was just talking to, like, a coworker of mine about like the balance of what it must be like for both, right? Like, what each party goes through, being essentially the powerhouse, not the powerhouse, what's the word? The matriarch, like the patriarch of the home, you know what I mean? Like, learning how to be the leader of the home. And there's a lot of fucking pressure that comes with being a parent altogether, you know? I think it's just like, man, am I gonna fuck it up today? Like, is today the day I fuck it up?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like looming over your head. But I love what you said a minute ago, though, because you're like, I just thanked God for all, like, everything that was happening. Because honestly, like, I've only learned that, like, it's with the gratitude that things become less harsh when it comes to dealing with chaos, just shit, you know? Like, learning to be grateful, like, yeah, that was pretty fucking crazy, but I'm, as stupid as it sounds, or as, like, corny, like you said, cliche, right? Mm-hmm. I'm breathing.
Yeah.
I'm alive, and I made it out of there. like I've made it out of other things, many things, more dangerous things, and this is kind of like precious. So I'm gonna have to be grateful on this one. You know what I mean? Like you gotta just learn to be grateful and take a fucking licking and keep on sticking. Like you just really can't allow things to completely wash over you. You know, be spiraling the fuck out is, and it's really because I understand the power of vibration and like law of attraction and what those things really mean. Because if I'm sitting around just spiraling, I'm just gonna spiral further. I have destructive behaviors. That's me being transparent. Like I'm a, you know, if I'm not keeping it real with you, who the fuck am I keeping it real with?
Yeah, you do. Nah, me too. Come on, no, for real.
Because, you know, I do get a little crazy. I do get a little manic. I do talk to, you know, my kids like shit, and I'm not happy about it all the time. But I also do my best to like, hey, sorry, I was being crazy back there.
I totally do that all the time, man.
I fucking love you. If I'm being too much, be like, you need a pause, mom. I think you need time out. And honestly, I'm like, give me some time out. Like, tell me I need to go take a walk. Because
I'll tell that to my baby girl too. I'll be like, listen, mama's overwhelmed. I don't need to be talking to you like this. I'm so sorry. Give me some time. And then even my husband has a good part in it. He'll take her to the side like, hey, mama just needs some time real quick. She doesn't, and then, sorry, my daughter has this thing that, oh, you don't love me then? And I'm like,
sorry.
It's funny because I do the same thing. I do that. Oh, so you don't love me.
So now you don't love me.
Yeah, I do that to like everyone. So that's why when she says it, I'm like, I forget she's sensitive.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, right, well, since we last talked, my daughter turned 4, so like, she's been doing really similar shit, right? Where she's like, it's all my fault. I'm like, girl, no, no, baby, it's not.
I
know. I'm stupid. But really, it's like we're just teaching each other. It's not anybody's fault. This is just a little learning moment. I want to, you know, I really just want to like, that's you, because like, rather than like allowing, oh, you know, this major thing in my family happened, rather than letting it like destroy me and send me into like a crying fit in my fucking closet or a panic attack, like learning how to, I'm not saying shut it off, I'm learning how to like just channel it in a more healthy way, because in the past it just never really served me. It honestly scared the shit out of some people I used to be, you know, used to be close to, and it was like, those are the things that I'm trying to refrain from doing, because that behavior in the past has had a pattern of pushing the people I love away, and maybe I need to get some new tools. So like on my whole, like I'm really trying to just like get into fucking therapy, because I have a lot of shit that I gotta unpack. I have a lot of shit that I gotta figure out, and it's not that I want to just be better, or it's more than that. It's like I want to be
better than everyone else.
No, I'm just kidding.
But more so than like, I just want to have it figured out for my kids. So when she's having these moments herself, I'm like, look, fuck these motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
You're better than them.
Everyone else.
Everyone.
That's so funny.
Yes, like honestly, because it, you know, I mean, I didn't have I love my parents, I just didn't have the best teaching from them, and they did the best with what they got. And everyone's gonna say that till they're blue in the fucking face. Like, your parents did the best with what they had, and maybe me too, but like I want to be better than what I had. Mm-hmm. Like, they didn't like.
That should always be a push, right?
Yeah, like you should always just want to be evolve, not even like be better than, like not in a comparison type of way, but like evolve, be better than you were yesterday. Don't think that, like, I'm really not with the take me or leave me shit. I'm really not with the toxica like fucking culture. Like, cool, be a fucking loud bitch, whatever, but like that's not what I'm saying. There's a difference between being about your shit and really coming out here and moving and saying that you are who you say you are, and putting on a fucking front. Putting on a front for the world to see, because it's easy to do that shit. I've done that. We've all done that. It's easy to do that shit, but it's you look less silly when you're out here like really being real. When you're being real, you don't gotta worry about anybody being fake, you know? Like, I think that's just what it's about. Cause I don't know, dude. Like I had a lot of like little shaky moments growing up, but moreover, like the women that raised me taught me to move with grace. Like same.
That's
right,
so
same,
funny.
like,
I was gonna say that. Yeah. As soon as you're done, I was gonna say.
They taught me how to move with grace. Like, yeah, you keep it 100. You are who you are behind closed doors, in front of everybody, on camera, off the camera. Like, it's the same person. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking human that you're interacting with.
That's something for sure that we even like having this podcast is like that's what we want.
Yeah,
you're gonna see what we are. This is who we are in person.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be shy at first, but that's.
Give it a few minutes and she'll have you laughing on your
If
ass
you're
in no
cool,
time.
then I for sure might talk to you. No, just if you're cool.
It's just like
I have a boundary.
You know, I really do mean it when I say I want to be a better fucking parent. I really do mean it when I want better communication skills. Like, I really do mean it when when I say like I'm really trying to evolve out of the shit that the paradigm I was raised around.
Yeah.
And not that it's like I'm better than it or it doesn't serve me or it's not or it's like worse than what I'm doing today. It's like I had a fucking conversation with an aunt of mine that she really put me on. Like if I'm being so real with you, like the Jesus Jam, she's the one who put me on. Like she paid for my first retreat. She really like has been looking out for my spirit my whole life. You understand? Like this is a soul bond. This isn't just my tia. This is not just my great aunt. This is my aunt, my fucking soul aunt. Like she's been in my life forever, you know? But she's always been looking out. And like, you know, I think we finally had a conversation about me like leaving church and shit. And she was like, I understand. Like, I'm not mad at you. And I think the weight of that was really like, man, I hope she don't like love me any less because I don't identify in the way that she does anymore. But she just sees me as me. And she's proud of me and she loves me and she don't give a fuck. Like, she don't give a fuck what I'm doing. Because I think that's a big thing too, like learning how to like be around my family, knowing that I practice what I practice, I do what I do, and I release in different ways than they do now. Being able to be a teacher of that too is a huge thing because I don't want to like lead. You know, I want to be fully informed. I don't want to just say, oh, I'm this now. Like, it's a full connection. It's not just. It's a fad or you know, it's just one of those things, like learning how to implement your practice into your life and learning how to not feel so fucking guilty when you're not at your best. I think that's been the biggest struggle, like learning how to just be gentle with myself and say like, girl, you don't need to be all that. You don't need to be perfect, have the dishes done, have the laundry done, have the floor clean, have the bed made, have everything together. Like, it's okay to be a little late. It's okay to not, you know, just be fucking gentle and take it easy. Because even aside from all the, like, whatever family drama that come with me, right? Because that's my shit right now. Like, just a little bit of family drama, just a little bit of family crisis. But it's like, the family that's meant to be in your life is not gonna give a fuck. They're always gonna know who you are. They're always gonna know who they raised, who they've been around. You're still a part of their tribe. Nothing changes. Nothing changes just because you changed a little. Like that's the shit that's like, oof, man. Really learning how to be complete because I felt super alone for a lot of years. Like, you know, like I had estranged myself from family that just didn't align with me anymore for personal reasons, and like learning how to just be in my own family, my own tribe, and not feel so guilty. Like, man, this isn't even my real family, it's just my friend, and what if they leave? Like that abandonment, learning how to like not feel abandoned and shit. Like,
that was me. I just, but it wasn't. But I mean, no, truly, because I just kind of like, I truly just needed my space in general. Anyone can ask my husband. I was spiraling. I mean, I was spiraling into. I don't need to talk to anybody. I don't need to talk to anybody. There is no one I can talk to that will understand me, that will love me through what I'm going through. I'm a bad person, whatever. And it could have been me finding who I was, or it could have been just me in depression. Hey, what's up? And whatever the case may be, it was pick up your big girl pants and pray. And I know, again, sounds cliche, but that was prayer for me. And it wasn't just God, like it was learning who I am as a Catholic, learning what I need to do as a Catholic, because to be totally transparent, I would go to church, I'd be crying. I cry every time I go to church, right? And I'd be in church, and the other it was like, I want to say February. I remember what month, because that's when I was like spiraling. I was sitting there praying, and I was excited to be there and just like crying, and I was like, I love church. And I looked at my husband and then I'm like, I just feel so bad because I feel like I'm better than everyone else.
What did he say?
I know. And then it got hit with the, you're not. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that you're not. It's more so like, it's, you have to differentiate the ego from the presence of God. Like, I have to, because it's not me. I'm not better than anyone else. God doesn't make me better than anyone else. I just feel better with him. How does that sound? Like, it sounds silly.
It's like you have like a hack to life.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Like,
that's
I'm just like there with you. I intake in his body and his blood, and I'm just like, he is with me.
Sounds
I'm
like
with
witchcraft.
him. It is not. It is not. But
I'm thinking
they took it from us. They took it from us. I don't know. I'm just saying. I was just saying that. I'm just being silly. I don't know. I don't know the history yet.
No, like I get you. Like, just feeling whole, like feeling complete. It's not even like again, it's not a comparison thing. But I think that's what selflessly saying, like, we're not. It's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're a unit. Like, this family is a unit. If one's hurting, we're all hurting. Like, one death can ripple through the entire family, and people that are affected by it, you may not fuck with them, but the person that died did. And so now you have to face that. Like, you have to face all the shit that comes with, well, now we're dealing with the death together, motherfucker. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we have to deal with all of this together, and it's like, you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. Like, I love that you're like, I looked over to my husband, because what a beautiful, like, thought to think that you're feeling completely full, and your husband and your daughter are right next to you in church. Like, the one place you want to be if the world fucking ended today. Like,
amen to that.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
in the
true.
presence of love, in the presence of full love, because fuck, man, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
It's all about.
It's all about.
It is.
I've been watching the fuck out of Sopranos with Joe, so like,
oh my god.
every time they start talking super fast, he's all
Oh my gosh.
Also, if you haven't seen The Sopranos,
no,
you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I don't think I have the attention span for it, even though
it's not as long as you think.
I'm
it's like
on
6 seasons. It's not
season 16 of Grey's Anatomy.
Attention span.
But there's something that happens every
That's the most
episode.
boring show ever.
It's
not.
not.
I mean, what if I don't want to live the way you live?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Andrea. Everybody wants this.
It's really like anchored. Like, you really start watching it, and you're like, what do you mean his fucking leg fell off?
Stop. No,
This bitch
because
needs
tell me
stitches.
why. I already know I'm probably had like 3 aneurysms. I'm just kidding. I rebuked that. No, I didn't.
I'm a doctor now.
Yeah, obviously I'm certified. So anyway,
The house of learned doctors.
yeah. Anyway, that's what I caught up on. So season 2. So now we're in season 2.
Yeah. So it's been like a whole year that we've been doing this, and we
Happy
really,
anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Oh. It was this past month, right? It was like the
second.
May.
No, the 1st of May, I think.
Yeah, May.
May 1st.
We totally had our little anniversary. We didn't, our celebration is that we're alive. And we're grateful.
and we're learning.
Grateful. And we're learning. Because, dude, like, I don't know. I think we had been, like, talking about relationships. Like, we were going to do an episode on relationships.
That's the one we picked out of the bag.
Unbeknownst to, like, us, that we had to really... I know I had to deal with a lot of relationships in my life, at least. Not, like, romantic. Just... No.
Just kidding.
Not that. But, no, just, like, setting good boundaries on them. Because, like... aside from why I have to like distance myself from people and why I have to, keep my peace, a lot of it has to do with like my mental health and my spiritual health, because to me they're one and the same. Like the depression is a part of my body, which is a part of my flesh, which is also a part of my spirit and my mind. Those are all things that I've learned to understand that are connected for me, and being able to learn how to not force it through, like, just raw dog life every day is crazy to me. Like, you don't take a bubble bath, bro? It's crazy to me. You mean you don't sit for a few minutes and just like chill? Like,
no.
I'm not saying like doom scroll. I'm not
Just
saying
kidding.
like get on your phone or watch TV. I'm saying like just breathe and sit with yourself, you know, and learn how to do that, because a lot of the times people are like, oh, I don't do that because or they like substance abuse or they fucking drink because they just don't want to deal with it. And that's like unhealthy and shit.
I hate you. Yeah, that is very unhealthy.
It's like unhealthy and shit. So I'm glad that you've had that moment to sit with yourself. Not that you like needed it. It's just like
I needed it.
There's something beautiful that always comes from those moments.
And the thing is, I needed it because I was allowing people to have control over how I saw things and how I felt things, and as much as I had my own mind, when it just
you were like giving them liberty over
yeah,
it.
and it's just it hadn't. As much as I wanted them to see me as a different person, I realized it's not gonna happen because they're choosing to see me as one person, and once I see that,
the perception.
yeah, and so once
Yes.
I stood in front of them, it was I'm that person again, and in my heart it was little Gabby again, and it's like I've had to take her out and be like, listen,
Look here.
it ain't gonna happen no more, and it's the hope we put into people that we're not supposed to put into people. I just heard this from my cousin, where she said, you know, we can't instill hope into people who obviously aren't what is it? They can't have that hope. Like people can't. Sorry, what I meant to say was people are not capable of carrying our hope. Like, give it to God, because He's the only one who has that, which is love and equals whatever. I don't know how to explain that just yet. That'll be in our next episode with relationships. That's how that works.
I love how it was, you know, that it just kind of came out.
So yeah, I mean, it had a lot to do with just me standing in front of somebody, like I said, and it was just like I will turn into my little Gabby self every time. So now I have to understand that if I can't personally break it, I have to personally separate myself from people, and not in a way where I'm like, oh, I don't need to talk to nobody.
It's like, fuck you on game.
Cause tonight will be the night. No, I'm just kidding. No,
That's me.
no, no. But it's more so like I need my time, because it's just it. Okay, I need my time because I need my time. What else am I gonna say? I was just kidding.
No, yeah, like to just have a moment to give space to it, because you know what I mean? Like if you're constantly putting yourself in front of somebody who's making you feel less than every time you're together, it's like, one, why the fuck you want to be around them? And two, just because of the relationship doesn't entitle them to treat you any better. If they're not doing it, it's because they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's really shitty, like, because I've had that situation in my life with like a family member, and it's like, dude, for fucking real? Like, for fucking real? You're gonna really act like that? Like, and I think the awareness of becoming an adult and being a parent has brought so much more weight into the equation, because when I was just your kid, for me, right? Like when I was just that person's kid, it should have been enough.
Yeah.
The entitlement to me as your child should have been that of kindness and grace and sweetness, and yes, some discipline, because I deserve that, like some children do. But like at the same time, like, bro, you're really that ugly in your heart? Like, that sucks. Just how you treat one another, like really just how you treat one another, because even in like heated moments, we have to really learn to like shut it off and be like, look, I know I really want to scream at you like I'm a hood rat, and really like I'm a fucking hood rat, and I'm gonna just cuss you out and I'm gonna be pissed off, but like, what am I really showing?
No, I just have anger issues.
Like kids. Yeah, no,
I'm
facts.
just like,
no,
I'm just like, like that's it. That's all I want to do. But I can't.
You know, my daughter really asked me that shit the other day. She's like, why'd you just like scream like that? But like I was mad because my husband was like shooting his like gun, and it's not a gun, it's like an Orbeez gun, like a little jelly bead. Mm-hmm. But when you fucking like when you touch them, they disintegrate, but then they make a fucking mess. So I saw a bunch of mess on my couch, and I was like, ah, cleaning it. She's like, why'd you scream like that?
I was frustrated.
I said,
you name it,
because Daddy made a big mess, and it made me mad. And she's all, oh, I was like, but it's not okay for Mama to scream like that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just kidding. No, I don't scream like that at you, but at the mess I will.
At the mess I will.
But it's nothing. Throw it away.
Yeah, I just gotta fucking... Yeah, but that alone is like, girl, you gotta chill about the mess. Like...
Yeah, no, I am not chill. I am not. I am the one. I am the one that's like...
fucking
No, I am... I mean, like, any situation, I am the one... Like, no matter... I don't care where I'm at. I don't care who I'm with. I will be the one to
So I'm that mom.
yeah, no. I don't care. I mean, I don't spank my child. Everyone says they need to. So that's why I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't say that, because everyone's gonna be like, you need to spank your kid.
Yeah, there's some real boundaries on that, because I won't just like whoop her ass for not cleaning up, but I will whoop her ass if she puts her fucking hands on somebody for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
like,
understandable.
You want to whoop someone's ass, I'll whoop your ass.
It doesn't matter. That is motherhood.
I was just talking to my homie about this, because like he does this really like, him and his wife do such an amazing like just technique, and I didn't understand it at first, and that's just the truth, but like they straight up make their kids do wall sits when they're out of line, like yeah, and you're like, that's silly. Exercise, I'm like, bitch, exercise does not like a punishment sometimes.
It is a punishment, very much.
But making a little kid do wall sits and like making them understand, connecting that physical like restraint instead of just like beating the shit out of them. Like that's the shit that used to like, because you know, like if I spoke out of turn or I spoke like shit to my mom in front of people, she just straight up smacked the shit out of me, and she didn't give a fuck who was around. She's like, you're not gonna disrespect me, bitch. Like that's it.
I feel like that's normal.
Yeah, like that.
But I haven't done that yet.
But I don't do that. Like, I can't do that with my kids, because I'm like, well, how am I going to embarrass them just for them yelling at me? You're like, yeah, that was embarrassing, but I'm a grown-up. I can take that shit. Like, there's a little girl who's learning how to navigate through the world, and I'm about to be her fucking bully by smacking her up.
See, that's what I had told them to. I've been talking to people about it, and I was just like, I feel like if they're being, like, bullied, why would I bully them? Like, But apparently it's because it's a respect thing. So it really is up in the air. You can...
I mean, I get respect, but there's you don't force respect onto your child with physical violence. I don't give a fuck what color you paint it. Hitting your child is physical violence.
I think that's where we will differ, because I don't think it's violence. I think, because I don't hit my kids. I haven't hit my kids.
It's a violent act.
Truly, I think...
It's a violent act. I do think that, like, because I'll be real with you, like, I don't, like, fucking close hand my kid. Like, I'll smack her little hand or smack her on the fucking arm.
Makes sense. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, it's...
But that's physical violence,
It's
too.
reasonable, but... I do believe that. Yeah, I do believe that. Like, even if it is something I'm expressing, I'm fucking smacking my kid, and she's like, ow, bitch, you hit me for the first time. Like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, first time, second time, in a long time, whatever.
It's only been 3 times. My kid.
You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a fine line between, like I said, discipline. Like, there's a fine line between discipline. I'm not going to allow my kid to go to someone's house, smack up the kid that's living there, and then just walk out untouched. Like, no, you don't get to just put your hands on somebody.
Yeah, no.
You're going to catch my hands, because that's not how that works. Period. You don't get to maneuver as an adult and just walk around beating motherfuckers up, because that's what I'm asserting. Not that she needs to respect me and I'm going to smack her if she don't. Like, you need to respect this person because it's a mutual human respect, not because you're out of line or disrespectful. Now, if she's over trying to fucking swing on me, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna hit her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's 4, but is she, like, once she's 18 trying to square up with her mom, like, that's a different case. But I'm not gonna, like,
you're like,
I'm also still the adult in that equation. It's not like I'm gonna show this bitch who I am. It's like, this is my baby. Like, I'm gonna put you in a headlock and pop, pop, pop.
I'm gonna put you to sleep first. I'm gonna put you to sleep first.
I just think there's a fine line, and like I don't know. I feel like because I'm someone who grew up with like actual physical violence in my house, having anyone be physically violent, it is a huge trigger for me.
Yeah,
it's a huge trigger for me. So I need to really learn how to, like, I've really learned how to set boundaries, like as
I think honestly,
to set boundaries when it comes to that shit.
Just
like,
being whoever you are as a parent, for sure. Some kids it does work, some kids it doesn't. Some people it does, some adults it does work. And it's just up to you at the end.
You could have all the tools. Yeah. Children before the age of 8 don't have any ill intention, and I only say that because like consciously they and scientifically they have not developed into the world yet. They are learning. Their brains are growing. Your brain doesn't stop growing until you're 21 years of age. 25. See, I was told it was 21. That was because that was why the drinking limit is what it is, or the age.
Yeah, no, still.
It's 25, so your brain is fucking growing at that time. Like, you understand that the X plus Y equals Z is like the roadmap to your brain. So whatever happens, is this happened and this happened, and the equation was mom hit me, dad hit me today. Why? Like, all they remember is the fucking you hitting them and not understanding why. Like, I
think that's just something probably personal, because if anything, you would have to know why, right? Like, if I spank my child, I tell her why. Like, if those 3 times, why did I do that? She repeats it back to me, because I have to make sure she knows that what I'm doing is not because I want to hit her.
But that's where, like, when I started running into like walls when it came to discipline with my kid, it was like, then I need to find a different alternative, because what I'm doing isn't working, and I don't want to do the alternative. Like, I'm really, I know you don't want to refrain from having to spank this kid until I've exhausted all my patience.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's like you're doing as much as you can. Well, you're not going to be able to listen, and this is what's got to happen. And I think that's where I was what everyone was talking about. When they talk to me about it, I'm like, I don't know, I can't do that just yet. Like, because I know that even right now, if I'm like, I'm taking away your Xbox, I'm taking away your tablet, she'll be like, or you can't go to grandpa's this weekend. She'll be like, crap. And that's her punishment.
Yeah, and anytime they ask again, it's a negative reinforcement. Why it's not.
Yeah, because that's a negative reinforcement, right? Like, a positive reinforcement is spanking a child. That's giving them something. That's a positive reinforcement. Negative reinforcement is taking away from the child. And usually a lot of kids, I learned this from my cousin Erica. She's a psychologist.
She's got her cert.
So I know what I'm talking about. She tells me like, hey, like, to take away, it would help a lot better.
Yeah.
Because they're so young. Positive reinforcements happen when the negative isn't working, for sure. Like, you can tell. So,
absolutely. Like my kid's she's like in Head Start. So like, she was just cutting up, knocking off in class, and because she like fucked up, I was like, yeah, you get no like tablet today. And she's like, what? No tablet after home? I'm like, yeah, you get to like clean your room actually, because you're not gonna act like that outside of here. And it really comes down to just like understanding and teaching your child like about integrity, and not letting them just act however the fuck they want. She fucking tore a book in her class, her and another kid just tore a book together.
They're like, your turn, my turn. Your turn, my turn.
I said, you're grounded. That's not happening again, and you're replacing the book. What do you mean? I was like, yeah, you get to take one of your books from your bookshelf and go donate that shit. She's like, why? I was like, cause you don't get to just destroy people's stuff. Yeah. You gotta replace it now.
Yeah, see, like stuff like that. I haven't gone to. I don't spank her
my
for.
kid's wild.
No, baby girl just doesn't stop talking sometimes, right? Like sometimes she'll talk too much in class. I don't even care. I'm sorry if you're her school, but they'll say talk without permission, right? Talking without permission, and I'm like, she literally shows me like she's scared, and I'm like, don't be scared. I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. Just
that's
as long
a crazy thing.
As long as you, and she goes, and she'll tell me like, but the person was talking to me, and I was telling them to stop talking to me. And I'm like, so why are you getting in trouble?
Girl, Lily, I'm in the same boat with you. I cannot like fathom how many times I got written up for talking too much. One thing about me, I'm a fucking talk.
And I don't mind. I was like, did you disrupt class? Like, did they not be able to teach? And like,
yeah,
no,
like I get that. Like being a clown. Yeah.
Like she's not a clown. She just was speaking to somebody, and it happened. She's gonna learn from her teachers. It's fine. No, just kidding. No, but I mean, because we let her talk. We let her talk here.
Yeah.
You know, like we're just like, yeah, go ahead, keep going, girl. Either way, I feel like we're going down motherhood right now.
Honestly, life is a highway, and I want to ride it.
Yeah.
All night long.
All night long.
But for real, like, be grateful. Honestly, just live your life and be grateful. and things kind of fell apart. Like, honestly, this podcast is really our baby. It's probably our most creative, like, outlet in our lives. And
so when we get to sit here and talk to you, let me tell you, we have not sat to talk like this. This is like build up.
Yeah.
This is you're hearing build up right now of us not talking, and I think it's a good. It's
nice
a good
little hangout.
Yeah, a nice little hangout. Telling y'all, season 2 is a good kickoff right now.
Yeah, we're excited for season 2. We're excited to be here with you guys.
Yes, we're hoping.
Grateful.
Yeah.
So fucking grateful.
Very
for y'all.
grateful. Very grateful for this.
Yes.
For you, so for us getting together, and I'm just really grateful that I have.
But ultimately grateful to have you to share this with. Because, you know, like, good friends are a dime a dozen, and I'm just so grateful to have you. I really believe it takes a village to, like, raise children, and I'm so fucking grateful you're a part of my village, dog. Like, my kids love you. My
girl loves you.
Yeah, man, I love y'all so much that it's just so beautiful that you can, like, find your tribe in life like this. Like, you know, some people are really raised to, like, not trust friends or not have friends outside of their family, or think that, like,
it's a family's everything.
But
I grew up having that.
Like, yeah, for sure. But, like, that doesn't mean you should close yourself off to the beauty that is having an extended family member that you create. Like, your friends are so different, and they love you for you, you know, outside of your family. They chose to love you. You know, your family kind of has to learn to love you sometimes.
I guess.
But your friends are like, you're a fucking weirdo. I'm a fucking weirdo too.
And then, but at the same time, you have to choose your friends wisely. Just remember that, because not all friends are friends. Not all friends are friends. There's a lot of people out there that will want you just to not thrive. Just remember that, and that's not just friends. That's also just family. You just gotta watch it. You gotta know.
Yeah, just be gentle, you guys. Be gentle with yourselves. And have, you know, find something to fucking laugh at, because it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
It's not that fucking serious.
Just get up, smell the rose. Go put your feet on the ground.
Put your ass in some grass.
Put your feet in the grass. You'll be fine.
Yes.
No, but season 2 will have a lot of. I hope we're gonna have a lot of more followers.
Yes,
we'll try to promote a lot more for the followers, and also just having a lot more questions. So please put in questions anywhere that you want to on our YouTube channel, even on just where you're listening to the podcast, Spotify, Google, anywhere, TikTok.
Anywhere.
But you can also call in, or not call. I think it's like you leave a message.
Yeah, like a voicemail.
And we can totally put you in.
Yeah, we'll answer your question. Whatever
Yes.
cool question. It can be random stuff. We don't care.
So, like, yeah, we're just this. I think this season has a lot of. We already went through the spiritual route the last season. I think this season has a lot of just connecting with other people.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can connect with more people, and also just having fun, doing the little, getting to know us. Not getting to know us, but like, what is it like? What we did the last season was the top favorites.
We
and
did topics. We
Yeah.
went a topic route and just kind of grabbed stuff
Yeah.
from out of a baggie. But you know, I think that's still some fun to kind of consider. But I think we want to just kind of be more creative and have some more personal moments with each other.
Yeah, I think next episode, I think we're still gonna go with the relationships. I think, right?
Well, fuck it. Let's
because
talk
we
Let's
did
talk about
pull it out of a bag.
But
So
we honor the baggie in our house, okay? We honor the baggie.
It's so true.
Guys, remember to follow us on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube.
We're the Sun
And Venus. Yay. We love you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Let's just try
Life's been crazy.
It's been so crazy. Did you dance? We're talking about you being better than everybody.
I am better than everyone.
I guess we're just praying.
I guess we're praying for his heart.
You let me know when you're tired of praying for that motherfucker.
Stop! 210, we're here from the 210.
I have to.
Yes! Okay.
We're not going to talk about it. But we're going to talk about it.
Oh, the song! Okay, let's go one more time. I was like looking like, when are we going? Okay,
Keep
let's try one.
making
There you go. Just point at me. Point at me. What? Life's been crazy.
You really know they're not just being polite.